Hello again. Okay, so in this video, I will show you how to plot a linear graph. Okay, so the first few examples will be very easy so that you will um, definitely understand well how to plot a graph. Now, to plot a graph, you need a certain steps. First of all, you have to be given an equation. So the first example is giving us y equals x. And then you can form a table. Now, why do you form a table? You have to form a table so that it will help you out to find the coordinates or sum of the coordinates of your graph. Then when you find the coordinates, you can use those points to plot your graph on your graph paper or squared paper or whichever paper you like. Okay, so here we have y equals x. Our x points, okay, he told us that they are taken from 0 up till 4. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, the y points, however, you take them from working out the equation. So the equation is telling us that the y points are equal to the x points. So here we have 0 since it is equal to its x point, which is also 0. Now we have the x point, which is 1. Therefore, since they have to be both equal, this value is also 1. 2. The y is 2. X, when x is 3, y is 3. And when x is 4, y is 4. However, we know that when you write coordinates, you have to write them in the form x, comma, y. Okay, so the first number should be your x value, second number should be your y value. Okay, so the first coordinate here is 0, the second coordinate is 0 as well. Okay, so the first point has to be taken from the x values. Okay, so the first point is the same as this one. The second point, which is y, okay, is taken from the row of y coordinates. Okay, and there is your point there, which is the y. Okay, second coordinate is 1, this one, comma this one. Okay, 2, comma 2, 3, comma 3, and 4, comma 4. The idea of working out coordinates from a table is that you will have a very much organized way of showing your working plus getting easy your coordinates. Okay, it is an easy method to get your coordinates. Now, since you have your points here, your coordinates, you can plot your points. In B, he told you draw a pair of x's, take x from 0 to 4, okay, 0 until 4, and y from 0 up to 9. So here, when you get your graph paper or squared paper, you have to count enough squares on the y-axis, okay, you should have 9, all right. You can add another one so that you put your arrow there. On the x-axis, it is enough to draw from 0 up till 4. Okay, he told you how to draw your axis. Now, I have done this for you. Now, however, since I have a lot of squares here on the x-axis, I have used two boxes which represents one unit. Okay, so every two squares represents one unit. You can always use one square per one unit. However, um, I have I have used this method as well. Okay, so both are correct. Since on the y-axis, okay, as I have drawn this one for you, I don't have enough space for two boxes to be one unit. Okay, I have used one square to be one unit. Okay, so for every square there is one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. We can now plot the points. So we have 0, 0, which is here. Okay, the origin 1, 1. So 1, comma 1. 2, 2, 3, 3, and 4, 4. And there, when you have your points, you can join the points together using a ruler and a pencil to form your straight line graph. Okay? When you have finished, write the name of the graph next to it. So this graph is called y is equal to x. And there you have your first graph. Small steps, however, when you understand the steps, it will easily, it will very be easily to join, to draw your points and draw your graph. Okay, so question 2. So now we have y equals x plus 1. Right? Complete this table of values for the given graph equation. Since it is a bit longer, okay, the equation, here we have to show the x points. So the x points are these. This is the first part of the equation. And then we have to add 1. You see the equation, he wrote it in a vertical way, x plus 1. Okay, it's like you are doing column addition on top of each other. So these represent the x values, these represent the plus 1. Okay, so let us fill in our table. So here we have x, which is 0, and here we have plus 1. 1x, okay, this is the value of x is 1 here, and you have to add 1. Now we have the x represents 2. However, here you have to add 1 as well. Why do I have to add 1 every time? Since here in this row, okay, in this row, I don't have any letters to substitute. I don't have any letters to change. Therefore, this row should represent plus 1 every time. This final row here will represent your y coordinates. Now, how do you get your y coordinates? You get your y coordinates by adding the x values, which is this for the first one, with plus 1. Okay, so we have the x value and add plus 1. 0 plus 1, you get 1. 1 plus 1, you get 2. 2 plus 1, you get 3. 3 plus 1, 4. And 4 plus 1, 5. Okay, so these are the x values and these are the y values. Now, since you have all your points, you can write down your coordinates. Let me remind you that the x values, you take them from up here, from the row of the x, okay? The y values, you take them from the last row, which is this one, okay? So this number, comma this number. So we have 0, comma 1, 1, comma 2, 2, comma 3, 3, comma 4, and 4, comma 5. Please use this format. There is no other way to do this, since these are representing the x values, which are the first point you write in a coordinate, and these are the y values. If you change these two numbers, then you are not obeying the rule of a coordinate, which is x comma y. Okay, and you will easily find your mistake when you plot your graph. Okay, since you will see that the points doesn't add up a straight line graph. Okay, so now we can plot our points. Again, he said draw a pair of x's, take x from 0 till 4 and y 0 till 9. Okay, I have used the same graph as before, and now we can plot. So 0, 1 is here, 0, 1 is here, 1, 2 is here, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. And there you have your points. As you can see, this will definitely add up to a straight line. Okay, if you have a mistake in one of your coordinates, for example, your point will be here or up here. Okay, you will notice your mistake because When you join the points, you will definitely understand that one of them is not correct. Therefore, you have to go back to your table and correct your working. This graph, therefore, is called y equals x plus 1. And there you have your graph. Last example, which is this one. Complete these tables of values for the given graphs equation. So here we have two tables, we have two equations. However, we're going to draw these two graphs on the same pair of axes. Okay, so first let us um, fill in both tables. Okay, so the x values are these. They are taken from 0 up till 4. We have plus 3 all the way. Okay, so plus 3, plus 3, and plus 3. And here we have our y coordinates. We get these y coordinates by adding this value with this. Okay, so 0 plus 3 is 3, 1 plus 3, 4, 2 plus 3 gives us 5, this is 6, and this is 7. You write down your coordinates, okay, this number, comma, this number. So you have 0, comma 3, 1, comma 4, 2, comma 5, 3, comma 6, to 4, comma 7. So first table is ready. Let us fill in the next table. Okay. So we have the x values from 0 till 4 again, plus 5 all the way. Okay, plus 5 is taken from this one, alright? I write plus 5 everywhere since I don't have any letters here to change. Therefore, plus 5 happens every time. And here we add up the y coordinates. So 0 plus 5, we get 5. 1 plus 5, 6. 2 plus 5, 7. And 3 plus 5, 8. Write down the coordinates. Okay, 0, comma 5, 1, comma 6, 2, comma 7, 3, comma 8, and 4, comma 9. It is important to use a table to be organized and to get your coordinates. Without the coordinates, you cannot produce a graph. And now we have to plot. Okay, so the first graph is this one. We have 0, comma 3, 1, comma 4, 2, comma 5, 3, comma 6, 4, comma 7. And you join your line graph. Okay, when you have finished with the graph, always write down the equation next to your line. Last graph here. Okay, so we have 0, comma 5 again. 0, comma 5 is here. 1, comma 6, 2, comma 7, 3, comma 8, and 4, comma 9. Okay, you can see with your eyes that my line will produce a definite straight line. Okay, join your dots and write down the name of your equation. So y equals x plus 5. And there you have a clear procedure of how you can plot a graph. First, you are given an equation. Second, with that equation, apart from given x points, you have to form a table so that it will help you to find your coordinates. Okay? And then you draw your set of axes With your coordinates, you can easily plot your points. I hope you like this video. Thank you for watching.